Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the AnzenGuard Podcast. I'm Michael Reynolds.
And I'm Laura Wilson.
And we are diving into a question that we've been getting a lot lately.
Oh, yeah.
All about password managers.
Yeah.
Specifically, you want to know, do you really need to pay for one?
Yeah, good question.
Or could a free version actually keep your digital life safe and sound?
It's a jungle out there.
Right.
I mean, we have passwords for everything.
Oh, I know.
You know, online shopping, banking, that cat meme account that you don't want anyone to know about.
Right.
So trying to remember like dozens of unique, strong passwords.
It's impossible.
It really is. Like herding cats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about password managers.
Okay.
These are the tools that are supposed to help us create and store all of those crazy passwords.
Right.
But the big question is, free or paid? What's the deal?
Well, think of a password manager like a super secure vault for all of your login information. So it creates these like crazy strong passwords for you, stores them all in this encrypted vault. And then all you need is one master password to unlock it all.
So like a one key fits all for your online life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No more scribbling those passwords down on sticky notes or like, you know, trying to remember if your dog's name was capitalized in that password or not.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So besides just like saving us from those password-induced headaches,
Right.
what are the actual benefits here?
Okay, well, think about it. I think we're all kind of guilty of this, right? We reuse the same password.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe change it up a little bit for multiple accounts. It's easier, right? But that's kind of like leaving a spare key under your doormat.
Yeah.
You know, if a hacker gets one password,
They've got them all.
they might have access to everything. So password managers eliminate that risk by creating unique, complex passwords for every single account.
So it's like having a digital bodyguard for your online identity.
Plus, most password managers have extra goodies, like they do automatic form filling.
Oh, nice.
So you don't have to type in your details every time.
Yeah, it's convenient.
Right. And password sharing. So you can safely share like that streaming service password with your family without compromising security.
Okay, so password managers, I'm sold.
Right.
They sound pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But let's get down to like the, the nuts and bolts here.
Okay.
Free versus paid.
Okay, let's do.
Let's start with the free stuff.
Okay.
What can you expect to get without spending a dime?
Honestly, you'd be surprised how much you can get for free.
Really?
Yeah. Most free password managers, they offer the core functionality.
Okay.
Like the secure password storage, password generation, and even syncing across a few devices. You can actually get those basic benefits without breaking the bank.
So you're saying these free versions aren't just like some watered-down, useless version?
Absolutely not. No. The great example is LastPass.
Okay.
Their free plan, you can store unlimited passwords.
Wow.
And use it on multiple devices. It's a great way to just kind of dip your toe in and see how it works for you.
That's great. Unlimited passwords on multiple devices.
Yeah.
For free. There's got to be a catch.
Well, you get what you pay for, like most things in life.
Sure.
Free plans often have limitations.
Okay.
Like sharing might be restricted.
What do you mean?
You might not be able to easily share passwords with family members or colleagues.
So like sharing my Netflix login is going to be a little tricky.
Might be a little tricky.
Okay. So what other downsides should people be aware of?
Well, another thing is syncing.
Okay.
So free plans often limit the number of devices you can sync with.
Okay.
Or it requires like manual syncing, which can be a pain if you're constantly switching between your phone, your laptop, and your tablet.
Right. Yeah. Not exactly seamless.
Not exact.
Okay. So what else might be missing from these free plans?
You might not get some of the bells and whistles, like dark web monitoring or password strength audits.
Okay.
These are features that, really go the extra mile in protecting your digital life.
Yeah.
But they're usually reserved for the paid versions.
Okay. So these premium features, they sound pretty tempting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those paid plans.
Okay.
What makes those stand out from the freebies?
Paid plans unlock the full potential, but password managers, they offer a suite of, advanced features that enhance both the security and user experience. And what's really surprising is how affordable a lot of these plans are.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking here?
You can find top-rated password managers like LastPass or NordPass for less than $1 a month.
Wow.
That's less than a fancy latte.
Right.
for a whole month of digital peace of mind.
Sign me up. But seriously, what do I get for those, few bucks a month?
Well, with paid plans, you typically get seamless sharing capabilities.
Okay.
So imagine being able to securely share passwords with family, friends, or your team.
Right.
Without compromising security.
Yeah.
No more writing them down on sticky notes or texting them, which is risky business.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no more sneaky password sharing.
Exactly. And paid plans, they usually offer automatic syncing across all of your devices. So let's say you add a new password on your phone, boom, it's instantly available on your laptop and your tablet.
That's magic.
It is.
What about those advanced security features you mentioned?
Yes. Many paid plans offer dark web monitoring.
Dark web monitoring.
Which is like having a digital detective on the case.
Okay.
They're constantly scanning the dark web for any signs that, your credentials have been compromised. Yeah. And if they find anything suspicious, you get an alert, giving you time to act fast.
So it's like a security system for your online life.
Think of it this way. You lock your front door, right?
Of course.
Your online accounts, they hold valuable information too.
True.
Bank details, personal photos, embarrassing teenage poetry.
Right.
They deserve the same level of protection.
Yeah, I like that analogy. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
So dark web monitoring sounds pretty important. Are there any other security features that come with these paid plans?
Yeah, a lot of them also include password audits.
Password audit?
Yeah, it's kind of like a health check for your passwords.
Okay.
So they analyze all your existing passwords and they flag any that are weak, reused, or compromised. And they even help you generate stronger replacements so you can really level up your security game.
So it's like they're giving your passwords a makeover.
Exactly.
Now, I know you mentioned encrypted file storage before.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
So some password managers, like Dashlane, they actually go beyond just passwords and offer a secure vault for storing sensitive files. Okay. So you can store things like copies of your passport, your driver's license, financial documents. They're protected with the same level of encryption as your passwords.
Wow. So it's like having a digital safe deposit box.
Exactly.
That sounds pretty useful, keeping all your important documents organized and secure.
And one more thing to keep in mind is that paid plans often have different pricing tiers for individuals and businesses.
That makes sense because businesses probably have different needs and security concerns than an individual user.
Exactly.
So what kind of features would you typically find in a business-focused plan?
Well, imagine you have a whole team accessing shared accounts.
Okay.
Like social media, marketing tools, that can quickly become a security nightmare.
Yeah.
So business plans offer features like admin dashboards.
Okay.
So you can control who has access to what, shared vaults for team passwords, advanced reporting, to keep track of everything.
So it's about giving companies the tools they need to maintain security and control over their digital assets.
Precisely. And in a world where data breaches can cost companies millions, investing in a robust password manager is just smart business.
It really is. Okay, so we've explored both free and paid password managers.
Yeah.
Now for the million-dollar question. How do you choose the right one? What advice would you give to someone who's trying to decide which path to take?
It all comes down to your individual needs and priorities.
Yeah.
Ask yourself a few key questions.
Okay, like what?
Like, how many devices do you use regularly?
Okay.
Do you need to share passwords with others?
Okay.
How important are those advanced security features to you? Like the dark web monitoring, the password audits, and of course, what's your budget?
Right, yeah. Those are all really great points to consider.
Yeah.
But even with all that information, it can still feel a bit overwhelming to make a decision. Any final words of wisdom to help people kind of navigate this password management landscape?
Remember that both free and paid password managers can be powerful tools for protecting your online life. There's no right or wrong answer here. The key is to assess your needs and choose the option that aligns with your lifestyle, your budget, and your peace of mind.
So it's all about finding the right fit for your individual needs.
Exactly. It's like choosing a car.
Okay.
You wouldn't buy a sports car if you needed to haul groceries, right?
Right.
Same goes for password managers. Choose the one that meets your needs and makes you feel secure.
That's a great way to put it. And what's fascinating here? We often get so caught up in comparing the features and the prices.
Right, yeah.
That we forget to zoom out and look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
The cost of not using a password manager.
Exactly.
Please not.
Think about what happens if you have a data breach?
Oh, man.
Your personal info, financial data, those embarrassing karaoke videos you thought were private, gone in a flash. Recovering from that can be a nightmare. Not to mention the emotional stress.
And the time.
Yeah, and the potential financial hit.
It's like that massive Equifax breach a few years back.
Yeah.
Millions of people had their data stolen. And some are probably still dealing with the consequences.
Absolutely. And it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
No matter how tech-savvy you think you are.
Right.
Using a password manager, whether it's free or paid, dramatically reduces that risk by ensuring strong, unique passwords across all your accounts.
That's like that old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Exactly. It's like investing in a security system for your digital life.
Yeah.
And the thing is, these breaches are becoming more and more common. They're not going away.
Yeah, it's easy to think, it won't happen to me, but the reality is it could happen to anybody.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about the immediate hassle, like dealing with the breach.
Right.
There's also the long-term damage to your online reputation and your credit score to consider. I mean, imagine trying to get a loan.
Oh, yeah.
Or rent an apartment after your identity's been stolen.
It's a headache.
It is. You're painting a pretty compelling picture for, like, why password managers are kind of essential.
Right.
In today's digital world. It's not just about convenience. It's about peace of mind.
Absolutely. In a world where we are constantly online, managing everything from banking to dating profiles, our digital lives are more valuable than ever, right?
Right.
Protecting them should be a top priority.
Okay, so we've established password managers are important, but let's be real for a second. Some people find them intimidating.
I know.
Or confusing.
Yeah.
Any advice for those folks who are kind of hesitant to take the plunge?
I get it. It can feel overwhelming at first.
Right.
But honestly, most password managers these days are incredibly user-friendly.
Okay.
They walk you through the setup process, and once you get the hang of it, it's a breeze.
So don't be afraid to kind of dive in and explore the options.
Yeah, there's a password manager out there for everyone.
Right.
From, the tech newbie to the security pro.
Exactly.
And remember, once you've chosen a password manager, the key is to actually use it consistently. Right. That's how you reap the full benefits.
That's great advice. Thanks for breaking all this down for us. I think our listeners are feeling much more informed and hopefully less intimidated by the world of password managers.
My pleasure. It's important to have these conversations,
Absolutely.
Raise awareness about online security.
And speaking of raising awareness, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question.
Okay.
We've talked about the features, the benefits, even the cost of password managers. But I want to challenge everyone to consider this. What's the true cost of not using a password manager? Think about the potential impact of a data breach on your life. Yeah. Your finances, your peace of mind.
It's a sobering thought.
It is a sobering thought, but it might be the nudge you need to finally prioritize your online security.
That's a powerful point. Sometimes we need that wake-up call to realize just how vulnerable we are online.
Well said. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of password managers.
Hopefully you're feeling empowered to make a smart choice about protecting your online life.
Yeah, it really is about taking control of our online security and not just hoping for the best.
Exactly. We wouldn't leave our front door wide open, would we?
Right.
We take steps to protect our physical belongings, and our digital lives deserve that same level of attention.
Absolutely. So to kind of wrap things up, if there was like one key takeaway our listeners should remember from this deep dive, what would it be?
I think the most important thing is to realize you have options.
Okay.
Whether you choose a free password manager or decide to invest in a paid plan, just taking that step towards better password security is a huge win.
Okay.
Don't let the fear of complexity or the misconception that it's too expensive hold you back.
Yeah.
There really is a solution out there for everyone.
That's great advice. And a huge thank you to all of our listeners for joining us on this AnzenGuard Podcast journey. We appreciate you taking the time to learn about password managers and for taking steps to keep your digital lives safe and secure. I'm Michael Reynolds.
And I'm Laura Wilson.
Don't forget to subscribe to the AnzenGuard Podcast, like this episode, and share it with anyone who might benefit from learning more about password managers. And as always, stay safe online.